are from group 1F class. In this video, we would like to tell you about the story of Keraton Surakarta and what's inside the museum. Firstly, I would like to introduce my team. My name is Wat Arik, and this is Bintang Radityo Seto, and this is Nutsumai Jati, and this is Arum Winarsi, and the cameraman is Muhammad Dafa. Kasunanan Palace Asokot Keraton Surakarta Hadiningrat was built in 1745 by King Pakubuwono II. It is a staple of Surakarta Palace and was built in the same time the city was discovered.
The city is decorated with marble statue, stone frame and ancient relief. Inside the palace or Keraton, you can find charming art galleries and museum with charming royal heirlooms, chariots and charioteers, ancient weapons and crates and antiques.
In 1746, the Surakarta Palace in the village of Sala began to be occupied, even though its construction was not yet fully completed.
Pakubuwono II lived in the palace until the day of his death, namely in 1749. After that, the construction of the Surakarta Palace was continued by his successors and added buildings such as the Great Mosque, Sitting Hill, and Pintu Sri Manganti. During the reign of Pakubuwono III, Mataram faced resistance from Raden Mas Said and Prince Mangkubumi. The upheaval in the kingdom was then officially ended through the Gianti Agreement, which was signed on February 13, 1755. In the agreement, the Sultanate of Mataram was divided into two powers, namely Nagari Kesultanan Ngayogyakarta for Hamengkubuwono I and Nagari Kasunan Surakarta handed over to Pakubuwono III. Since then, the Surakarta Palace has become the palace of the Surakarta Sunate Palace. Its construction continued until the reign of Pakubuwono X. Inside the Keraton Surakarta area, there is a museum that stores various things about the history, art, and culture of Surakarta. Administratively, the Surakarta Palace Museum is located in Baluarti Village, Pasar Kliwon District, Surakarta. The museum building is actually a row of spaces that form a rectangle. However, only the two long sides are used as a show area. During the Pakubuwono X era, the building that is currently used as a museum was an office building. The office space were later restored into a museum showroom. The last restoration of museum was in 2003.
Traditional conveyances of the Surakarta Palace. The traditional conveyances of the Surakarta Palace is mean the transportation that lifted by several courtiers of the Surakarta Palace.
There are several types of conveyances. First, Tandu, frequently called Choli Chempono, which is used to transport the king's daughter when she is bride or traveling. Kermut, a tool for transporting equipment from the Keraton similar as clothes. Cholen, a tool to transport sacred objects and sesajen. And the last is Gawangan, a tool for hanging sesajen.
In this room, various art tools that developed in Solo are displayed, similar as wayang kulit, kelenengan, and jaran kepang.
Jaran kepang, a traditional art that uses art tools manifested of a horse made of woven bamboo. Wayang kulit has a small meaning, a little thin. The stories that are staged frequently tell Dharma Wulan stories. Wayang gedog, from the word gedongan, which means horse stable, because most of these puppet characters use the title horse. Wayang Madya tells a story of the Mahabharata, which is a story between the Purwa era and the Panji era. Wayang golek menang, frequently called wayang tengul, with a story staged from the babat menang.
Sculpture room. The sides of this room are decorated with glass-covered cabinets that display bronze statues such as Buddha, Avalokitesvara, and various ceremonial tools. Other collections that are also in this room are stone statues from ancient times. There are several types of sculpture including Dhyani Bodhisattva, the radiance of Dhyani Buddha manifested of a god who served as his representative in dealing with the world and his people until the end of time. Manusi Buddha is the emanation of Dhyani Buddha in human form so that he can die. Dhyani Buddha, the Buddha without beginning and without end. He is in the sky and always in a state of meditation. Ganesha, son of Kava and manifested as elephant-headed god. This god is worshipped as the god of knowledge and the god of removing all obstacles.